Folks, UFOs are real, burgeoning, and not going away. This is the coming great deception. However, when we go up, they come down. When we go up, they show up. I'm your intrepid host, L.A. Marzulli. Welcome to another edition of UFO Update. It's just, I can barely keep up with it. Special guest today, Karin Wilkinson is with us. She is the author of Shameless Plug, Stolen Seed, Evil Harvest, right here. Fantastic book. If you haven't read it, what are you waiting for? You can go to lamarzulli.com or runtodisclosure.com, lamarzulli.net. It's a must read. So we're going to be talking about a new movie that's coming out, complete predictive programming, and I'll run the clip and then we'll get into it. But first, a word from our very trusted sponsor. Folks, this is the Noble Gold Investments Market Update. Gold is up 46% in a year, doubling NASDAQ and S&P 500 gains. But this isn't just another rally. Global reserves are shifting as investors rush to secure physical gold, creating a massive supply gap. Gold is vanishing from the market, but you still have a chance. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com today and turn their panic into profit. Make a qualified investment, and Noble Gold will add a free 1/10 of an ounce gold coin to your order. Folks, Peggy and I did this 2 years ago. Best thing we ever did. I predict it's going to go way over 3,000. That's conjecture on my part. There's always a risk with any type of transaction like this, but I'm glad we did it, and I have a lot of confidence in Noble Gold. Once again, noblegoldinvestments.com, noblegoldinvestments.com. Karin Wilkinson.
You're Marzulli.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you? I mean, considering all the things that are coming out, I'm good. It's shocking, this movie that is coming out. It's terrifying for me to see this being put out there for children.
For children, exactly.
And there's no way to combat this. I mean, except obviously prayer and God. But when a movie comes out and says the child's one wish is to be abducted by aliens, I mean, I know it's not just me. Anyone who's ever been taken is going, what? That's crazy. That's insane. Oh.
And you emailed me this yesterday, and I looked at it and I went, you've got to be kidding me. So I'm going to roll the trailer right now because people need to see this. Here it is. It's a Disney film. And I just want to make it real clear that we're not, we're not trying to disparage Disney, but as consumers, as people who go to movies, we should be able to, weigh in on it one way or the other. So enter full screen. And here we go. Okay, here's the clip. I'm going to let it roll, and then we'll go back and start talking about it. So here we go.
Come and get me.
I'm going to stop it right there. I want to go back. I want you to look at this. There it is. Karin, there it is right there.
You've got all the crop circle things going on there. You've got the partial, and symbolisms and aliens, calling, giving permission. I mean, teaching children how to give permission. I mean, kids are going to copy this stuff.
I mean, it's in your face, folks. We're not trying to, again, we're not disparaging Disney. People have the right to make a movie, whatever they want to do. But as a consumer, as a ufologist, as Karin, as a ufologist, as a lifelong abductee, until she became a Christian and stopped it by evoking in the name of Jesus. We have a right to push back against this. What are these people promulgating? So let me continue.
Come and get me.
Come and get me.
Okay. I'm trying to get abducted by aliens. Elio, skipping school. I don't know if this is boundary testing or sleep regression or which one of these is you. I don't know, but I think that one is you.
My son, are you prepared to become the greatest war machine in the universe?
No.
Your life isn't up there, Elio. You need to make friends.
I just want to belong somewhere. So if any aliens are listening, please come and get me, okay? Bye, I love you.
We'll stop right there, Karin. If there's any aliens listening, please come and get me. Weigh in on that, please.
I have a hard enough time with the CE5 teaching adults to summon entities to come and
through
their lives.
the new age Eastern mysticism of meditation.
Yes.
Is completely, just look at India. So, and I'm not disparaging India and the people of India, but look at the system. Look what the whole idea of reincarnation, look what it brings about. And there you go. Karin, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's dangerous. It's dangerous for adults to do this, but adults have this ability to weigh their consequences and to make choices. Children are innocent. And when you are handing a child a box of matches and saying, here, go ahead and strike this and just throw it around, in fire season, that's the equivalent. I mean, it's dangerous, and they don't understand the consequences of their actions. No one sat them down and said, here's what these things really are. And we can't combat this with a film of our own showing children what these things are, because it would scare them to the point that they would never sleep again.
Yeah, I agree.
So the combative, how you how you try to protect children from this is you have to educate the parents. But if the parents don't want to hear it because they're already out there doing these things as well, then you're going to find parents who are excited about this, who are going to be excited to take their kids to this movie, and that scares me, because then children will be giving permission for entities to attach to them, to their families, to take them. And then once they're in, they'll be ripe for being deceived, because young minds are open and pliable.
Innocent.
Yeah, innocent. So, and this movie is showing, the big alien is mean, but the little one is good. See, he's better. So they're promoting this benevolent Space Brothers thing. Yeah, there might be some bad ones out there, but there's good ones too. So we want you to go find the good ones, and you're going to go help the good ones. I can see that. And kids are like, yeah, I'm going to do something good. They have innocent, good hearts. And it's taking that, and it's terrible that it's going to take the goodness of a child and use it against others and themselves. It's terrible.
I agree. So let's continue with the clip.
Search the universe for the dreamers and stargazers like you.
So I want to stop it right there. So, they're painting a picture here where this is just incredible. This is awesome. He's flying through the universe. And, I've talked to abductees, our film on abductions, there's 4 of you, Al Matthews, Karin Wilkinson, obviously that's you, Emil Jurek, Angela Beckman. There's nothing fun about this, folks, at all. And Al Matthews would talk about being taken, and then on the way back from the ship, he knew he had been violated, essentially. And Al Matthews, I think, and Al's been on the show numerous times, folks, but Al states in our 4th film on abductions, which is on abductions, that these are not our space brothers. You are kidnapped. And Karin, speak to that. I mean, there's a complete, before I let you weigh in, there's a complete disparity between what we just saw, this kid flying around the universe, this is awesome, and to what people who have really been taken, like yourself, Emil, Al Matthews, and Angela, are talking about. Please weigh in on that.
Yeah, there are people out there who like to say, I've had these wonderful, amazing experiences. And I listen to those people, and I talk to some of those people. But woven into what they call an amazing experience, there are all kinds of horrible, dark things that happen as well. And they're choosing to see a side of it that they want to see because they want to feel that sense of belonging. And so it's, again, utilizing and taking advantage of people's sense of wanting to belong and wanting to have a purpose. And that's what I'm seeing happen here. They're showing this kid, it's just like this fun amusement park ride, and you're going to belong somewhere. You're going to finally feel wanted and loved and needed. And, the most vulnerable are those who don't feel loved or wanted or needed or like they belong. So, they're targeting the most vulnerable not just children, but the most vulnerable of children, the children who feel a need to belong somewhere.
So
Once you're taken, it's terrifying. It's terrifying. There's nothing fun about it. It's not bright lights and candy canes and cotton candy and Palomino ponies. It's terrifying entities doing things to your body and paralyzing you and hurting you and violating you and scaring you and threatening you and terrorizing you over and over again and taking you against your will and doing things that are torturous and terrifying, and no one should ever have to experience that. It's the exact opposite of what they're showing.
So I roll the clip back a little bit. Let's watch this again, where he realizes he's being abducted.
It's really happening.
Search the universe for the dreamers and stargazers like you.
It's awesome. What? Ew. Oh, no. My name's Elio. What's your name?
He's trapped right there.
Last name I need before. I ignored it. Back home, I didn't fit in. I thought Earth was the problem. But what if it's me? Well, I like you. You seem fine to me.
Prepare to be conquered.
But I just got here.
Perhaps one of us could talk to Lord Rygon.
I am back.
I'll do it.
What's a hero?
Sitting in, and now Grygon's gonna blow everyone up. You made a friend?
Gordon?
Hi, Dad. I'm a bargaining chip. Now, say the other thing. Ooh, help me, Father. Quiet, you.
What is that unholy sound?
These are the lava tunnels. Gordon, I am not fireproof. Why didn't you say something? Just get in my mouth. It's actually kind of comfy in here. It is? I've never been in there.
So, I mean,
Unholy sound, so laughter is an unholy sound, and liar, and just so much symbolism all over the place. Scary, terrifying, but it's a children's movie. I mean, it's summoning demons for 101 for kids. It's scary, it's terrifying.
I interviewed a person recently. I won't mention the name, but and we put her over on our Rumble channel because some things are just too hot for YouTube. But unfortunately, the bottom line was, this person was talking about all these different, the Galactic Federation and all this stuff and all these entities coming and, we're part of the Galactic Federation. There's going to be disclosure soon. It's going to be a one world government and this whole thing, it's going to be great. I just want to read this, folks. This is from our track right here. What is the truth? What is the truth? And Karin knows all about this. And this is channeled information. And I've read this before, but new people come here all the time. We're getting 10, 12, 15, 20,000 people a day coming here. And that's why I've changed the show. I think you guys have noticed that. We're bringing more and more guests to talk about their work, what's going on from a biblical perspective, but we also bring people from the other side of the aisle. I mean, we had a man here, Brian Rue, about a week ago, who is an experiencer, and we sort of cross swords in a friendly way. He's on the other side of the aisle, CE5, calling these things in. But this is channel information, and I want you to weigh in on it after I read it. If human beings do not change, if they did not make the shift in values and realize that without Earth, they could not be here, then Earth and its love for its own initiation is reaching for a higher frequency, will bring about a cleansing that will balance it once again. Here's the kicker. There is a potential for many people to leave the planet in an afternoon. The people who leave the planet during a time of Earth changes do not fit here any longer, and they are stopping the harmony of the Earth. They're explaining away the rapture. I heard this 50 years ago when I was in the New Age, and I know you've heard this. And now, we have this track, folks, I want to thank our friend, Brad Myers he's sort of the nexus where this whole thing came about. And at the Prophecy Watchers Conference, we'll be giving them away. You get one for free. If you want more, give us a donation because it costs money to print these things, but I digress. But we'll be giving them away because this is important. And I'll be reading this whole track verbatim in my presentation on the whole UFO phenomena. So, once again, going back to this person like Brian Rue and this other person I interviewed, they firmly believe that we're part of this galactic federation. And we've been visited by these friendly ETs who were going to, they created us, all this whole deal. So what are your thoughts, Karin? I mean, are these friendly ETs or are they fallen angels masquerading as such? Where are we going?
I am very firm on the fact that these are fallen angels masquerading as such. And I can say this from personal experience, time spent with these entities and confronting them with these facts and their responses to me and how they responded to me. And I understand that there's people saying, I'm having a great experience. I'm having all these positive things. Look at all this good stuff they're telling me. Yes, right now. But this is how it works. This is how deals with the devil work.
You get
for a while, you get this, what seems like good stuff, but eventually you will have to pay the piper. And you pay with your life. You pay with eternity. You pay with your soul. And it's not too late to ask for forgiveness. It's not too late to leave that, ask for forgiveness, and let God renew your spirit, and leave that behind, because you will pay, and you will pay dearly, and it's not worth it. Eternal life is so much to offer you. God has so much forgiveness to offer, but what they're offering is temporary. What God offers is permanent. And the lies, the devil deals in 10 truths and 1 lie. So you're going to get a lot of things that make sense. And that's true. That's true. We do need to take care of our planet. We do need to be good stewards of our planet. We do need to be careful of what we're doing. But in those truths, there will be a lie. Look for that lie. Test those spirits. If you think it's so good, ask them, what do you think about Jesus?
Yeah, there you go.
How do you feel about the Bible? What do you think about Jesus? I guarantee you they'll know the Bible better than you do. And I guarantee you they'll know who Jesus is, and they will back off. There's a reason the government agencies aren't allowed to speak about Jesus in those programs. That's documented. There is a reason, because he is the creator of them and us, of all. And they know that. So, the deception is real, folks. It's so real, and it's so dangerous. And this is just part of that great deception that you speak of and that you write about and that we all try to warn people about. It's out there and it's relevant. I mean, another thing I was, not to keep going too long, but talking with in an interview last night was about young blood transfusions. This is not something new. It's been out there for a long time. There are companies still doing it. When the FDA put the kibosh on that, it just went into other countries. People are still looking for young blood transfusions for youth, vitality, disease, whatever. Goes back to the blood. Clearly, they're harvesting. And this is, I think, part of a great harvest. And it's just one step in a great plan to harvest more people, harvest more souls. I know that sounds morbid, but I really believe that's the truth.
And there's that scripture in the book of Revelation, which talks about the harvesting of souls, the harvesting of men's souls. So we're not making this stuff up. So folks, thanks so much, Karin, for coming on. LAMarzulli.com, rungsofdisclosure.com. Karin's book, it's a must read. We are very proud to publish it, but we are going over to Rumble to finish this conversation because it's too hot to handle on YouTube. Why poke the bear? So follow us over to Rumble. We'll be doing more of this because, again, we can only say certain things here and we can't really get into what we want to get into. So thanks for watching. Remember, UFOs are real, burgeoning, and not going away. Head over to Rumble and we'll finish this up. Thanks for watching.
Hey guys, I'm Ashley, and I'm excited to talk to you about L.A. Marzulli's new book, Rungs of Disclosure. What has been called his most important work to date, Rungs of Disclosure uncovers the shocking truth about UFOs and UAPs, information that has been hidden from the public since the Roswell crash of 1947. The book begins with F-18 fighter pilot Commander David Fravor, who made headlines when he appeared on Tucker Carlson and stated on the record that the UFO he encountered was not of this earth. His testimony was the catalyst for this book, the first rung on the ladder of disclosure. LA warns that we are heading toward what he calls the coming Great Deception. Everything we know, now is the time to uncover the facts. Now is the time to be prepared. Visit rungsofdisclosure.com to get your copy of L.A. Marzulli's latest book today. Arm yourself with the truth about the UFO phenomenon from a biblical perspective. To explore all of L.A.'s other work, head over to lamarzulli.com.